I just woke up, surrounded by a pack of wolves, and my partner was nowhere to be seen. 27. Betrayal on me in AUT. I slowly come back to my senses as I feel the heat from sunlight piercing through my eyelids. My eyes flutter open and I begin to take in my surroundings. My attempts to move are ruled out completely once I notice the pair of strong arms wrapped securely around my waist. I look up to see Christian's guard, like face facing me. He looks completely relaxed in his sleeping form, almost like a little boy who's taking a nap from playing for too long. I spend a few moments admiring his features. His normally neat dark hair is now messy and pushed back with curls all over the place. His dark eyelashes fall just above his cheekbones. I notice a little stubble along his jawline and trace my fingers along his plump lips. "Good morning, beautiful," he mumbles out in his low and groggy morning voice. I'm caught by his beautiful blue orbs piercing into me. My cheeks heat up at the thought that he was awake the entire time I was admiring his features. "Good morning," I reply with a small grin. He pulls me into his chest and growls lowly, resting his head in the crook of my neck. "I think that was the best sleep of my life," he says while tracing his fingers down my bare back. "So it's the plan today, Mr. Alpha?" I ask him as I make my first attempt to get out of bed. He resists my attempts and keeps me placed in his arms. "Would you be up to meeting the pack? We don't need to do any ceremonies today, but we can go to the pack brunch," he suggests. "Oh gosh, I forgot about the ceremony Stephanie explained to me a while ago. So many customs and rules. The pack brunch sounds nice. What time is it at?" I ask him. I turns over to his nightstand and checks his phone. I feel his body freeze once he looks at the time. "In about 10 minutes," he answers, chuckling. This time I jump out of his hold and run to our closet, already thinking of outfits I could wear for today. I decide to rummage in my sundresses for the occasion. And should I go for the yellow one or the white one with roses? "I'd go with yellow," Christian says as he walks into the closet. I put the other dress back and grab some tan heels to pair it with. The yellow spaghetti strap dress ends just above my knees and the fabric is a little rough fly at the top, where there is a V neckline and flares at the bottom. I run into the bathroom to change and finish getting ready. Once we've both changed, Christian joins me in the bathroom as we brush our teeth and finish our morning routine as fast as possible. I put in some cream in my hair and leave my natural curls flow down my back. "You ready?" Christian asks as I put on my last layer of mascara. He put on a white polo shirt and dark wash jeans paired with black running shoes. "Yep. I hope we're not too late," I reply as I clean up my counter space. I walk towards the doorway where Christian is standing and he grabs my hand and makes me do a small spin for him. "You look beautiful. And so does your mark," he says as he kisses the spot on my neck when I finish my whirl. My body melts at his action and I hold on tightly to his arms, trying to hold my legs up. "I didn't even look," I exclaim. I rush back to the mirror to get a closer look and it is really beautiful. Almost like a tattoo. In the place he marked there's a big black wolf spot print on my upper collarbone. I gasp in awe at its beauty. I was never one for tattoos, but this one is definitely very special. "I love it," I say excitedly. He extends his hand once again towards me, flashing me a wide smile. "As much as I'd like to stay here all day with you, people are waiting to be fed," Christian says. I take his hand and we rush out of our bedroom to make our way to wherever the main dining hall is. "You don't have to be nervous, Leah. They already love you," Christian says as we descend the elevator. I assume he can hear my rapid heartbeat. I just don't want to make a wrong first impression. "What if they don't want a human leading them?" I reply nervously. "Amelia, trust me. You have nothing to worry about. And if there was any problems, people would have to go through me," he says with his eyes locked in mine. I smile weakly at his comment and we debark from the elevator. He leads me down a hallway I've never seen before and finally we stop in front of large wooded double doors. "You ready, Angel?" Christian asks as he puts his hand on the door handle. "As ready as ill Eddie," I reply as I attempt to put on a brave face. Christian kisses my forehead lightly and finally opens the doors to the dining hall. As soon as we open the door, everyone stands up from their seats and looks in our direction. "Good morning, Alpha and Luna," they all say in unison. Bow. Holy crap, am I ready for this? "Good morning, Don Pride. You may sit," I would like to formally present to you your future Luna, and my mate, Amelia. After brunch I invite everyone to meet in the backyard where we can all meet in a more organized manner, Christian announces. I attempt at my friendliest smile and wave to some of the pack members looking in my direction. I feel Christian tug slightly at my hand and he brings me to our table, where luckily everyone who I already know is sitting there. Welcome Luna, Amelia Bentley says as we arrive. Christian pulls my chair for me to sit and then takes his own seat at the head of our table. OMG, your E marked it so pretty. Evelyn squeals as she notices the mark on my collarbone. I nod sheepishly and look over at Christian, who seems to be gazing at me with pride. Leave the happy couple alone, he Justin says, trying to calm down an overexcited Evelyn. Everyone else smiles happily at the news and we start digging into our breakfast that constitutes of some pancakes. To my agent extraordinaire, Marianne Nobel, heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Beans and bread. Do you guys have brunches like this every day? I ask them. On Saturdays, yes. We do bonfire Sundays, Jackson answers. Everyone inhales their over-filled plates. Meanwhile, I can barely finish mine. Hey Jackson, why don't Talia and Uncle Joey live on Packlands? I ask him. I've been curious about it for a while now. They do now, actually. We just used our second house when you guys first arrived. Before you feel guilty for us moving. My mom was more than happy to escape the pet grounds for a little while, so trust me, you guys did us a favor by staying for a bit. Jackson replies. I've got to say a big thank you to Joey for convincing your family to move here, Christian adds. And here we were so close to moving to Canada, I say jokingly. Dad was thinking about it because of the similar climate. But I knew I always wanted to live close to the beach. We all finish our breakfast and pack members slowly start leaving the room. I just need to make a quick call in my office. Then we can go outside together. Christian says to me as we all get up from our table. Sure, we'll meet you guys out there. I reply and say to everyone else. They all wave goodbye as we part ways. Christian and I make the short trek to his office hand in hand. As soon as we walk in, I make my way to the couch to sit while he makes his call. Hello Alpha, Giovanni, Christian says as he dials the phone. He pauses for a moment before continuing his conversation. Yes, we would love for you to visit. An Alpha Antoine from Canada. He'll look into it before extending an invite. He pauses once more. We deeply appreciate your earlier role to help prepare for the convention Alpha. See you in 3 weeks. He finishes his call. What kind of convention? I ask Christian as he finishes writing on his papers. Once every 2 years. A pack will hold an Alphas convention where we all get together to form alliances and sort out minor conflicts. This year, we are hosting it. It's with all the Alphas in North America, he explains as he walks over to me. I meet him halfway and we head to the door. How many people will be here? I ask him nervously. I'm going to guess here that I'm going to have to meet all the Alphas too. There's 90 for packs in North America. And each pack is represented by their Alpha, Luna and Gamma here. He replies. We exit the office and start walking towards the backfield. And we're hosting this year. How are you going to plan and find room for everyone? I ask him as in making the mouth out for 280 to people plus our entire pack already. Maybe I could help him out with this. Party planning seems pretty fun. And it can show him I'm ready to take on more responsibility for the pack. If you want, I can plan it. I say excitedly. Christian seems surprised at my request as he furrows his eyebrows. Are you sure you're up for that, Leah? He asks me gently. I mean, I might need a little consultation at first. But I would like to do it. I reply smiling. All right, Luna. I'm sure you'll make it look amazing. We'll discuss more details about who and when tomorrow, he says as we walk through to the field. As soon as we head outside, I see the large amount of people. They're all doing their own things. Some are playing outdoor sports. Others are just talking, and there's even people swimming. Christian guides me through the field, and we start stopping and talking to everyone we walk by. Everyone greeted me with wide smiles, and I had lovely conversations with everyone. He'd love to come and visit the orphanage, Cecilia. I exclaim as I meet a sweet older woman, just telling me all about how they provide care for kids in need in our pack. And even row kit. Come by any time. The children would love it. She replies, smiling. Alpha Christian. Luna Amelia, it's so nice to meet you. Our conversation is interrupted by another older couple who greet themselves. Hello, it's lovely to meet you too, I reply, hoping they'll introduce themselves. In Francesca. And this is my mate William. We are Emily's parents, they reply, with a fake enthusiastic tone in their voices. I feel myself tense a little hearing their answer. I haven't seen her since that day at school when we almost got in a fight. Good afternoon, guys. How are you? Christian butts in and shakes William's hand. I can see William is putting a lot of force into their handshake, showing his obvious discomfort. Oh, just dandy without our daughter Alpha, Francesca says with a wide fake smile on her face. Luna Amelia, you make a lovely replacement, she finishes. I find myself quite taken aback at their disrespect. I don't really understand what she means by without her daughter. I turn towards Christian, questioning what they're saying while he releases a warning growl at the couple. I won't tolerate such disrespect, Francesca. If you continue along that path, I'll gladly reunite you and your daughter, he warns. I'm still so confused with the whole Emily situation, but I decide to keep my questions until later, seeing as it's already a pretty tense situation. You don't deserve the power to do so, Christian, William grits out. Christian growls even louder and places me behind him. I challenge Christian Black for the alpha position. He is not suited to lead this pack, nor is his human mate, William states. Immediately everyone around us starts snarling and growling at the statement. I see Christian tense up and growl louder than the rest. I'm about to touch Christian's shoulder to calm him down and ask him what a challenge means, but I feel myself being pulled away from him. I try to resist, but once I see it's Jackson pulling me away, I reluctantly oblige. William, you do understand what it means to challenge an alpha, right? Christian grits out. I see his eyes flashing from his normal ocean blue to pitch black in color. Oh please, young boy, William answers. He jumps in the air and lands shifted in his sandy grey wolf. William's wolf stalks towards Christian, snarling. In response, Christian shifts into his large pitch black wolf and growls loudly at William's actions. Christian's wolf definitely towers over William's in size. They begin circling each other and snarling. Jackson, what is happening? I say nervously. My mind tries to creep in at the sight of the snarling wolves and I try my best to calm it down. Stupid Victor and his memories. They're fighting until the death for the alpha spot, Bentley says as he stands beside me. My heart clutches at his statement and goes in full panic mode. What? No, they can't, I exclaim. It's law once someone is challenged. Don't worry, Amelia, Christian has trained for this, Bentley reassures. I look back over to see both wolves still circling and snarling at each other. William Dio has challenged Alpha Christian Black for his spot in Dawn Pride Pack. Let the challenge begin, Bentley booms, announcing it loudly for the entire pack to hear. At Bentley's announcement, William's wolf pounces on Christian's and they start clawing at each other. Christian throws William off his back and William hits the ground hard on his back. Leah, are you okay watching this? Jackson whispers to me as I cling onto his hand. My nerves are starting to get the better of me from seeing them fighting. I shorten leave him. You'll be okay, I whisper back. He nods and we both resume to watching the fight. William rolls back on his pose and once again pounces on Christian. It's weird that Christian isn't even fighting back, just playing on the defensive. Christian easily dodges the attack and William flies right past him. Christian needs to realize he isn't giving up, Bentley mutters as he watches the fight. What do you mean? I ask him. Christian doesn't want to kill him. I cheers hoping William will surrender. Bentley clarifies. William lunges once more at Christian and manages to get a small nip at his back. Christian turns and pounces in William in return. He bites down hard on William's neck, causing him to whimper. Christian then lets go and growls loudly at him. Achias asking William to submit, Jackson clarifies. William seems to do nothing at Christian's growl, so Christian tackles him down. William is vulnerable, lying on his back with Christian growling on top of him. William scratches Christian's stomach, causing some blood to draw, but Christian quickly retaliates and bites down his neck even harder. After a few seconds, William's body falls limp. Christian turns to the rest of us and growls once more. Everyone around us bows in his direction, submitting to his wolf. Alpha Christian, they all say in unison. Christian's wolf walks past everyone else and walks towards Jackson, Bentley, and me. His wolf is tall as my shoulders, so he seems pretty intimidating about now. Christian lightly presses his snout on the palm of my hand and I slowly raise my hand to pet his head. He growls slowly and I instantly take my hand back, unsure of what's going on. You guys go on a walk for a bit. He needs to cool down there. He would never hurt you, Jackson says. I nod my head and look back at Christian, his eyes still pitch black. He starts walking past me and motions for me to follow. I wave bye to the guys and catch up to following Christian down a path in the woods. I'm sorry you had to see that, Angel, I hear a voice in my mind say. It sounds just like Christian. I jump hearing the voice and look at Christian questionably. Now that I've marked you, we can mind link. I hear the voice say again. You're talking to me in my head? I ask out loud. He replies with his big wolf head nodding. Can I talk to you too? I ask him. Yes, I'll teach you later, he says in my mind. I'm amazed by how cool this is. Christian leads me down the forest until we enter a clearing of a lavender field. I gasp at the beautiful sight in front of me. Christian lies down in the field of lavender and I sit beside him. What happened back there? Where's Emily? I ask him as I pet his head. William saw me unfit as an alpha and challenged me for my position. As for Emily, she was banished from the pack a while ago. Her behavior was super disrespectful and I had warned her the consequences if she didn't smarten up. But she defied me. She's now a rogue. Emily as parents were never much of a problem until now. Christian replies in my mind. I nod to him as a response. It's really unfortunate for her. But she did dig her own grave if Christian told her what would happen. Plus she treated Eleanor like absolute shit. So what do wolves do for fun? Hunt. Play fetch. I ask Christian as he lies his head on my lap. He huffs at my last statement. We're not dogs. But we do go on an occasional hunt. We mostly run and fight in our wolf forms. He replies. I notice his eyes have returned to the familiar blue. So at least Taichi is calmed down enough. The pack is so nice, Christian. I can't believe how welcoming everyone was. I say as I trace circles around his big ears. They loved you. If only you heard the things that were going through my mind linked. He responds. I smile widely at him hearing his words. I decide to jump up and explore the lavender field. Running down the rows. Christian's wolf perks up and I hear his heavy paws following close behind. What game are you playing, little mate? He says through the mind link. I decide to run through the lavender stalks, to try and hide from him. Your attempt to hide is admirable, Angel. But I could smell you from a mile away, Christian says in my mind once more. I turn around and see his big head staring right at me. I shriek and run from my spot, attempting to escape from him. In a matter of seconds I notice him jogging beside me through the fields. After a few minutes, my legs start to get a little sore. I slow down into a walk. I think I need to start working out again. I've lost all my strength, I say as we make our way back through the forest. We'll talk about it with Drive. Denver first. I'm sure your dad will be happy to see you in the gym again too. Christian replies. Finally, our peaceful walk comes to an end and we're back at the pack house. I have to shift first. You head upstairs. I nod in response and head through the doors back into the house. After taking the elevator up to our floor, I walk into the living room and collapse on the couch. Hey, Eleanor says as she enters the room. Hey, Eleanor, when did you guys get back? I ask her as she sits on the couch beside me. Bentley's down in his office right now, but I got in about 10 minutes ago. Is everything okay with Christian? She asks in return. Yeah, he should be coming up any minute. We went to the lavender field to cool down, I reply smiling. Our conversation is interrupted by the ding of the elevator with both Christian and Bentley walking out of it. I think we should go out tonight, Eleanor says. Evelyn is in on it too, she adds. Both boys make their way to the couch and sit beside us. And what do you guys have in mind? Bentley says in a soft tone. Christian relaxes and puts his arm around me. I lean back and snuggle in closer to him, my body craving his warmth. Clubbing, Eleanor says in a squeal. She jumps off the couch and starts dancing on the living room table. No. Both guys say in unison. You're forgetting that we're basically all underage to Bentley ads. Oh, come on. Like that's ever stopped anyone before. Amelia, aren't you want to go out and have some fun? Eleanor says while she gives me pleading eyes. You know, I haven't tried out any of my clubbing outfits in America yet. Imin. I squeal and jump up from the couch. If you guys don't want to come, we can always make it a girls' night, Eleanor says to the guys. Fine, well go, they both groan. We squeal in their answer and I can tell Eleanor has already mind-linked Evelyn and I about it. Tell the girls we'll meet in my room to get ready, I say excitedly. If you don't mind, Christian, I say, looking over to him. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nelben. Heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. We'll leave at 8 p.m, so we still got 4 hours to get some food and relax. Christian replies. Eleanor and Bentley decide to stay in the living room and watch a movie while Christian and I head into his office to discuss details about the Alphas convention they'll be planning. He'll definitely have a lot of work to do, but I'm so excited to do this. 28, FD Stout Lanute. We look hot, Evelyn says as we finish getting ready for tonight. We've been getting ready for about hours now and it's finally time to leave. Evelyn is wearing a tight black leather dress paired with thigh-high black boots. Ali is wearing a red sheer top with a cheetah print skirt and black pumps. Eleanor is wearing a short, tight-in white dress with white pumps. I've straightened my long golden hair and put it in a high ponytail, and Evelyn did a cat. I look on me. I decided to wear a hot pink two-piece. A cropped top with a sweetheart neckline and a short leather-like material skirt. I've paired the outfit with black pumps and a diamond choker. I'm not used to dressing up this much. But I have to agree with Evelyn. We all look hot. How much you want to bet the guys are going to try to make us stay honed? And Maite says, snickering. For the last 10 minutes we've been taking pictures and selfies of each other. No way in hell investing on that. Amelia, you're in charge of making sure we can go out. Christian is the only one who can use his alpha powers, Evelyn reminds me. It was predetermined that if the guys start whining about going out that I had to. And I quote back my eyelashes and shake my booty in front of Christian and just praying I won't actually have to do it. Yeah. Either way they can't tell us what to do. We look hot and I want to have fun tonight, I reply as we start cleaning up the makeup on my bathroom counter. Hair straighteners, curlers, mascara and all types of products was scattered over the counter. The boys are getting impatient. Bentley just mind-linked me. Time to blow some minds, ladies, Eleanor says as we put away the last product left on the counter. Let's put on a wager. Whoever S-mate tries to get us to stay home first, they'll have to buy the first round of shots, Sally says as we edge them. We're meeting the guys out in front since they went to get the cars. Deal. Just a nose not to tempt the beast, Evelyn says, snickering. We all step onto the elevator and make our way to the ground floor. No mind linking to tell mates of this wager. I clarify as we walk off the elevator. I practiced a little bit of mind linking with Christian before, but I still haven't fully gotten the hang of it. Finally we walk out the front door and I see the guys standing in front of the sports cars, all laughing together. As soon as I shut the door behind me and all of us walk out, all 4 heads turn towards us and the guys go dead silent. With wide smirks, we walk down to the driveway and meet up with the guys. Justin says first. Evelyn giggles at his stuttering and kisses him on the cheek. Fuck the club, Eleanor. I don't want you going out looking like that, Bentley says as he pulls Eleanor to his chest. Ali, Evelyn and I jump and cry in victory, as Eleanor will be buying our first round of shots. Leah, as incredibly gorgeous as you look. I agree with Bentley. We can watch a movie or something, Christian says as he takes in my appearance. I notice the slight shift of pitch black in his eyes. NUH, Alpha. We're going out. I reply with an ever wider grin. The girls have hyped me up so much for tonight. He'll probably dancing on tables. I need this night out. Not that I'm trying to repeat my mistakes, but to be a teenager again. Are we going to have to get leashes for you girls again? Jackson says with a sigh. Leashes. Wondering why they would use leashes on them in the past. My dear mate thought it would be fun to go for a walk all over to the Waffle House last time we went clubbing, Justin says as he rolls his eyes. We had a search party going on all night, only to find her with her face stuffed in waffle Christian finishes. No need to relive the past. Evelyn says, chuckling nervously. Besides, it's Eleanor and Amelia's first night out with us. I'm quite excited to see our fiery red head and French croissant in action, Evelyn finishes. Don't make me regret this, Christian says in a sigh. We end up splitting into cars, Eleanor. Bentley, Justin and Evelyn in one car. Me, Christian, Ali and Jackson in another. It only takes us about 20 minutes to arrive to the already packed club. Both Ali and I squeal in excitement as we pull into the parking lot and get out of the car. We rush over to Evelyn and Eleanor and link arms all together, leaving the guys to trail behind us. Hey Bruce, how are you? Evelyn says to the bouncer at the door. Oh, my favorite little troublemaker. Glad to see you back. Nice to see you too, Bruce. The bouncer turns to look at Ali. We're glad to be back. Get ready for more of a show. This is Eleanor and Amelia, Ali says, motioning to us. Bruce grabs both me and Eleanor's hand and kisses it softly, earning growls of Bentley and Christian. Back off, guys. Trust me, Bruce would much rather be kissing you at the moment. Evelyn scowls at the guys. They retreat after hearing her statement and scratch the back of their heads awkwardly. I won't keep you here much longer. Have fun, Bruce says as he opens the door for us. We eagerly walk in. I gasp at how big the club is. I've been to my fair share of places, but this has got to be one of the biggest and nicest. Immediately, Ali pulls us to upstairs, where I presume is the VIP section based on the extra security. We walk up the neon-decorated stairs and eventually the girls led us to a big round booth. This place is amazing, I say, looking around. Their theme seems to be neon, as everything is either black or a neon color and decoration. It's definitely one of the funnest clubs around, Evelyn points out. The boys catch up with us and make their way to the booth. So Eleanor, first round on you, Ali says with a smirk. Eleanor rolls her eyes and grabs my arm to help her with the drinks. We both make our way to the bar and order 10 shots of tequila. 10 because Eleanor and I decided to take one at the bar before going back to the table. To our new family I toast as we stand at the bar. We both gulp down the shot and bite down on a lime. As soon as we finish, we grab the last 8 and make our way back to the table. We both place the tray on the table and slide back into the booth. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilben, heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. Ali exclaims as we all hold up our glasses and gulp them back. Shot count, Evelyn, 1 Eleanor, 2. Me to Christian, 1 Justin, 1 Bentley, 1 Jackson, 1 Axon, 1. I watch Christian take the shot with ease. Maybe HES not as much of a perfect role model as Letton. Your EOK being here, right? He whispers in my ear, with a small amount of concern in his eyes. My guess is HES referring to my history, yes. I know it's just one night of fun, I reply back to him. He seems satisfied with my answer as he flashes me a smile and puts his arm around me. We sit and chat for a little while. The boys ordered some beer and us girls stuck to tequila. After 3 more shots each, we finally got up to dance. Ali, Evelyn, Eleanor and I made our way to the center of the crowd, swaying our hips to the upbeat music. We danced for about 3 songs until we lingered to the bar once more. All right, now it's time to get to business, Evelyn says as we stand at our group cleaning on the counter. We don't get to go out very often, so when we do, we make it worthwhile. We have a competition for the most drinks we can take between Ali and me. But now it will be all 4 of us. The person who wins gets all their drinks paid for by the losers, Evelyn explains. So much for taking it easy tonight. Unfortunately for them, when Amelia is challenged, she never loses. Him and I say excitedly. Eleanor quickly nods in agreement and we order to other rounds of shots. Shot count, Evelyn 6, Eleanor 7, me 7, Christian to Justin to Dustin 3 Bentley to Alley 6 Jackson. After finishing our drinks, we walk back to the booth. As we walk over, I see 3 other blonde girls standing with our guys. I am not one to get jealous and I fully trust Christian, however a growling Evelyn and Ella tells me this won't be good. Allie and I push the girls behind us as we attempt to walk to the booth in a graceful manner. Yeah, we have an apartment just across the street if you guys want to come over, I hear one of the blonde girls say as we walk over. By now Evelyn is squeezing my hand so tight, Tim worried it's going to bruise. Even Allie seems to be a bit more on edge as we see the girls more clearly. They're definitely dressed to impress as they're wearing highly revealing clothes and caked on faces. Hey guys, I say, smiling. Allie, Eleanor and Devlin standing tensely behind me. All the guys look over from the blonde girls to see us. We saw them first. Get lost, you tramp, one of the blonde girls turns to say to me as she sends me a full-on death stare. I'm quite taken aback at her assertiveness, but I'm not one to get pushes around. Look, the guys you're talking to right here are our boyfriends. I motion to the borderline, snarling Eleanor, Evelyn and Allie behind me. There's tons of people in this club, so I'm sure you can all find someone else to talk with. I'll kindly disregard your choice of words. For your sake, I warn the girl as nicely as possible. I'm trying to have a nice night tonight, prefer not to have to beat a girl's ass in my tipsy state. As if you could get a guy like him. CM on guys, let's go back to our apartment, she says as she goes to grab Christian's arm. Another girl goes to grab Justin, but Evelyn is quick to catch her hand before she touches him. I'm not as nice as my dear friend over here. Scram, Evelyn says in a snarl. The girl who went to grab Justin's arm quickly retreats as a sense of nervousness grows on her face. My girlfriend is more than deserving of me. Now please leave us be, Christian warns as the girl tries to pull him with her. He retreats instantly, and so does the girl at his statement. All 3 girls scowl and storm off from our booth. I can't help but giggle a little at the whole situation. Is that the alcohol talking? Probably. Wanna dance? Christian asks as he gets up from the booth. I nod in excitement and he leads me to the dance floor. Allie, Evelyn and Eleanor decide to sit down for a bit instead. As soon as we get to the center of the dance floor, Christiana and I begin dance together. His hands roam all down my body as I grind on his little friend. Back in Paris during my party days, I had a friend that taught me quite a few moves for clubbing, and right now, I'm very grateful. We get lost in the music as our bodies move swiftly with one another. After a small make-out session and some more dancing, I feel my bladder urging me to empty it. Bathroom, I say to Christian. He nods in understanding and he follows me to the hall where the bathrooms are. I quickly go inside and do my business. After washing my hands and fixing a couple strays as in my hair, I walk back out of the bathroom, feeling the alcohol more than ever. I am determined to win tonight though, so I got to keep going. You're good? Christian asks as I meet back up with him outside the bathroom. Let's go to the bar, I say excitedly as I plant a quick kiss on his cheek. I think you're okay, Leah, he says, chuckling as I drag him across the dance floor. I've got to win the bet. CM on, do some with me, I exclaim as I stumble a little on my feet. Christian's arms wrap around me instantly as he catches me before I fall. Of course my sister told you about that. I'll only drink with you if you promise to drink some water as well, Christian compromises. I nod smiling and we finally reach the bar. 6 shots, I yell to the bartender. And a water, Christian adds as he rolls his eyes. In a matter of seconds, all 6 shots. A glass of water. Some salt and limes are in front of us. Since logic was out of the window at this point, I decide to put the salt on my skin and stick the lime in my mouth. Motioning for Christian to do to body shots. We finish all 6 shots and end up in another heated takeout session, even though I interrupt with giggling most of the time. Not my fault, drinks make me happy. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilbay, heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. You got Xavier riled up enough, Christian says as our lips part. I notice his eyes darkening slightly and I giggle once more. Thanks you for coming, tonight, I say as I kiss him on the jaw. Honestly, it's pretty nice to be out, he replies with another smile. Christian holds me tightly as we make our way back to the booth. I've begun to stumble a lot more with my heels. Shot count, Evelyn, 8 Eleanor, 9 me, 10 Christian, 5. Justin for Bentley to Ali 7 Jackson, for my little croissant where you are. Evelyn says as she sees Christian and I walking towards the table. She jumps up from the booth and throws herself in my arms, causing both of us to giggle like crazy. Let's go dancing again. My body needs to move. Eleanor says excitedly as she jumps up as well. Please Leah, just drink the water first Christian please before the girls drag me off. I nod and chug the water down to Christian's delight. Everyone lets out a small chuckle as I slam the water down on the table and wipe my lips. Christian kisses my head lightly and all the girls drag me back to the dance floor. Somewhere in the mix Ellen and I manage to get us another 2 shots each and we down them easily. I exclaim as 7-Eleven by Beyoncé is playing loudly throughout the club. I run over to the table and stumble slightly as I start getting up on it. Be a best idea ever. Evelyn exclaims as we both get up on the table and start dancing to the song. The room around me starts spinning a lot more as I attempt to keep my balance on the table. A crowd starts forming around us as Eleanor and Ali jump on the table beside us. All of us start giggling at each other and swaying our hips to the beat. Eventually the song ends and I get off the table. More like stumble off. As in about to hit the floor, a pair of arms wrap around me, pulling me into a hard chest. I have boyfriend. I spit out as I attempt to free myself from the stranger's hold. I turn around quickly to see a very dark-eyed Christian smirking at me. Luckily I'm the boyfriend, he replies as he kisses me deeply. As soon as he releases me, my arm is being dragged away by Eleanor and the others as they pull me to the bar for more shots. Christian POV. Here is quite the influence, Bentley says, chuckling as my mate is being dragged away to the bar once more by the girls. Seeing her dance up there like that really took a toll on my control of Xavier. He definitely liked what he was seeing, but hated other men were also gaping at her mate. My mate is a firecracker, that's for sure. She never ceases to surprise me. If she has Evel and dancing on the tables again, we're taking them home, Justin says in a huff as we walk back to our booth. I'm honestly having a great time tonight. Being out with the guys after such a long time feels nice. Plus, I have a perfect view of my mate from where we're sitting in the club. That way I know she is safe too. I just hope the girls don't go crazy on her. Amelia is only human, so I'm sure her tolerance is much lower. Let's just hope no guy make any move on our mates tonight, Bentley adds. We've been taking care of our mates throughout the night. But there could always be that dumb ass who doesn't fear for his life. Got more beer? Jackson says as he sits back down at our booth. We all take them from his hands and chug them down. I look over to the bar and see Amelia take another 4 shots in a row, along with the other girls. She isn't a very big person, so I'm sure this is going to take a toll on her tomorrow. How does your cousin manage to keep up with werewolves? Justin says as he too looks over at the girls. Honestly, I don't even know. Jackson replies. She's definitely not making us breakfast tomorrow though, boys, he adds. We all chuckle lightly at his statement. Ali, Eleanor and my sister walk to the dance floor. Meanwhile, Amelia walks back to our booth. Hello, Wolfie alpha boy, Amelia says as she walks to our table giggling, before she can stumble some more. I hold her waist and get her to sit beside me. Leah, you want some water or something? Jackson asks, concerned as he takes in Amelia as awareness. Nope, she says as she over-exaggerates the P sound. Tequila shots, she adds as she turns towards the girls holding a tray of shots. All of the guys groan and Amelia grins at them mischievously. Taking a shot with da boys, ease, she says, slurring. Okay, I've let her have fun. I don't want my mate to have alcohol poisoning. This will be her last shot. The waitress hands to each of us and I slip her a $10 tip as she leaves the table. Barney Petty, she says as she downs her 2 shots. We all follow her lead and the glasses stay empty on our table. After her shots, Amelia leans back and rests, her head on my arm. I can tell through the mate bond she's getting pretty tired. Are you guys ready to head back? I say to everyone at the booth and all the guys nod eagerly. Justin walks over to the dance floor to get the girls while I pay for all the drinks at our table. As soon as the girls get back, whom all seem pretty tipsy, Amelia perks back up again. Tequila, she exclaims as she jumps up from the booth. The girls all nod and attempt to go back to the bar. Justin, Bentley, Jackson and I grab our mates before they can run, and we slowly make our way out of the bar. Amelia trips and stumbles at almost every step, resulting in me carrying her bridal style out of the club. I wouldn't want this to be a regular occurrence, but my wolf and I don't mind taking care of Amelia in her drunken state. I slowly place her in the passenger seat beside me. Meanwhile, Bentley and Eleanor get in the back. Christian is turned on Amelia, says, giggling as I pull the car out of the parking lot. I send her a hard glare, trying to regain more control over my wolf. Well, my black eyes. I hear Bentley and Eleanor snicker in the back. Why is that, Leah? Eleanor says teasingly. Black, she says, giggling again. Both Bentley and Eleanor start laughing as well. I scoff and roll my eyes. Amelia reaches her arm over and brushes my hair back on my head. I gently take her hand and place it on her lap. In driving it, I cannot be distracted with my human mate in my car. Eleanor, Amelia says as she turns to face the half-asleep couple in the back. Does Bentley's eyes turn black to and start giggling again? I push her back gently on the seat, attempting to keep her from moving too much. No kiss go golden. Isn't that right, Bentley? Eleanor answers with a giggle. I also snicker at the conversation. It's very rare for other wolves to talk about personal things like this with someone other than their mate. Leah, let's play the quiet game, he says, attempting to change the conversation topic. After another 5 minutes of Amelia's questioning, we finally get back to the pack house. Bentley helps a slightly tipsy Eleanor inside, and I open the door to help Amelia. The second the door opens, she jumps up from her seat and into my arms. Catch me, Wolfie, she exclaims. Luckily, she's as light as a feather, so I have no trouble doing so. I hold her bridal style, and we make our way into the elevator. We need elevator music. Do-do-do-do-do-do, she starts mumbling as she starts dancing around in the elevator. I can't help but laugh at her ridiculously. Eventually the elevator dings, and we get onto our floor. I attempt to guide her to our room, but she seems to have other plans as she walks towards the kitchen. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeline Nilben, heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. I think we should get to bed, I say, following behind her. She starts opening the fridge and taking out random ingredients. No, I make scones, Cece, as she replies. I sigh and pull her over my shoulder and walk to our bedroom. Amelia poked my back the whole time, and I get into our bedroom. I gently lay her on our bed. I'm going to get you some PJs. Stay here, I say, as she rolls around on the bed. She sure is quite the energetic drunk. I walk into the closet and quickly change into a pair of joggers. Then I grab some of Amelia's PJs and head back into the room. Jack, I want you to paint me like one of your French girls, Amelia says as she's lying on her side in only her undergarments on the bed. I stand there stunned as my eyes roam down her beautiful body. She had lost a lot of weight due to recent events, but I definitely noticed her curves were coming back as stunning as ever. Amelia stares at me seriously for another few seconds before erupting in laughter at her fanatics. Here, Leah, change, I say, as I hand her the clothes. I turn back into the closet where I left my phone while I hear Amelia shuffling on the bed. When I come back into the room, Amelia has her pajamas on, but now she's lying straight on her back on the bed staring at the ceiling. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeline Nilben, heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. I feel like I was a bird in my past life. If I was a bird, would you be a bird? She asks me as she leans in my direction. If you're a bird, I'm a bird, I reply, understanding what she's referencing to. Evelyn had me and the guys watch The Notebook a million times. I crawl into bed after turning off all the lights and hand a water bottle to Amelia from our mini fridge. She reluctantly takes it and drinks about half before putting it down. I love you, she says as she leans over to cuddle with me. I wrap my arms tightly around her, inhaling her sweet scent. Can we have a dance party? I asks, giggling. A smile grows on my face hearing her silliness. Maybe tomorrow. Aren't you tired? I ask her as I pull the elastic out of her hair. Her long locks fall out of her high ponytail, and I brush my fingers through her hair, attempting to break through the knots. No, Amelia silly. Not tired, she says, giggling once more. Of course Amelia would pull out dad jokes in her intoxicated state. How are you sober, or she says as she hums against my chest. Werewolves have a much higher threshold for alcohol. I think my sister forgot to mention that when you try to keep up with them, I explain. She simply nods and starts tracing her fingers on my bare chest. I like mango when I'm hungover, she whispers as she nestles up closer to my body. My wolf loves her affectionate side. And so do I. She always seems so calm and composed. I think she doesn't even need me. I love when she's affectionate and depends on me. Taking care of her is my duty as her mate. That seems to be her last sentence of the night as I hear her heart rate and breathing steady, meaning she's finally asleep. I kiss my beautiful mate on her forehead and finally close my eyes as well. Alpha, there's another bouquet of white lilies at the border, along with a picture of Luna Wesley, the head warrior of the North Border. Mind links me. I sign and growl lowly at the interruption of being with my mate, Victor, and his fucking games. I slowly get out of bed, making sure not to wake up there. I throw on a black shirt and some running shoes, while placing some Advil and another bottle of water on Amelia's nightstand. After kissing her on her cheek, I get up and leave the bedroom, off to deal with another problem. 29. On attack in APU Christian POV. This is the third fucking time Victor has one of his rogue minions leave white lilies and a picture of my mate by our border. Tonight was a picture of her from when she was taken, and it was goddess awful to look at. It's curtly for Anne and I, along with other warriors, are scouting the perimeter for any sightings of the culprit. To my agent extraordinaire, Madeleine Nilben, heartfelt thanks for your unfailing patience, enthusiasm. The security footage is ready. Wesley Mind links me from the Northern Border office post. I turn my wolf around from the hunt and run back towards the office. I shift quickly and throw on my jogging pants before entering the office. Good morning, guys, I say in a light tone as I walk into the video room. Wesley, along with our tech guy Titus, chuckle lightly at my sarcasm. Titus presses play on the video, and we all watch to see who the person was leaving the flowers. After a few seconds of nothing, a person comes into view. They're wearing a cloak as they put down the flowers in the picture, and as they leave they finally look up and... Of course Emily would seek to help my enemy. I growl lowly at the recognition. If you see her again, take her to the cells. I don't care if it isn't on pack grounds. I grit out. They'll send out pictures of her to all the surrounding packs as well. Thank you for your time, warriors, I add. Both warriors nod and finish writing down the paperwork. Thank you, Alpha, they both reply. I shove the flowers in the trash and leave the office. I shift once more and head back to the pack house while holding my clothes in my mouth. All of a sudden I feel a hard pain in my side, but notice nothing has hit me. Amelia. Bentley, go to Amelia. Something is wrong. I mind link Bentley as I pick up my pace to the pack house. Hopefully he'll still get my message in his sleep. It takes me about 5 minutes to reach the pack house, and I shift back and run straight through in my nude form, deciding against using the elevator. I run up the stairs and finally reach the top floor. As soon as I open the door, I hear the screaming of my mate and a loud crash. I sprint down the hallway and see Bentley running fast behind me. As soon as I get to our bedroom door, I barge in and see a wolf snarling on top of Amelia. Just as it's about to bite down on her, I lunge and knock the rogue off her. The rogue tries to lunge at me again, but I quickly intercept it and bite down on its neck, causing it to go limp. As soon as the rogue stops breathing, I turn back to Amelia, who is bawling her eyes out. Where were you? She half yells through her sobs. I grab her in my arms as she cries into my chest. I look around the room to see another unconscious wolf, with glass shattered all around it. Trying to piece together what happened, I notice the lamp on Amelia's nightstand is missing. She must be knocked the rogues down pretty good. Bentley, take the rogue down to the dungeons, please, I say as Bentley looks around the room as well. Bentley bends down, grabs the rogue and leaves the room. Suddenly Amelia freezes in my hold and pushes out, bolting into the bathroom. I hurry after her and attempt to hold back her hair as she empties her stomach in the bowl. I gently rub her back as her frame shakes from the overexertion. After a few minutes she leans back and tries to get up. I scoop her in my arms and bring her back onto our bed. As soon as she lies back down, I hand her the water bottle and some Advil, which she gladly takes. They try to kill me, she whispers. I pull her back into my arms as I feels Avia stir for control. Oh my God, did I kill one, she gasps as she looks down at the shattered glass on the floor. No, it's just unconscious. Are you hurt? I ask her, attempting to scan her for injuries. I remember when I felt my side in pain, I quickly lift up her shirt to see a very dark bruise already forming, and I release a low growl at the sight. The whole thing was a bloody trap. I try to trace my hand on it, but she winces and whimpers lowly. I'm here, nothing is going to happen to you. There was a problem at the border. I start rambling as I hear her heart rate pick up and she starts panicking again. I pull her closer to my chest and trace circles in her back, attempting to soothe her. As I cradle her in my arms, I also notice the balcony door as completely shattered. Great, now we have to fix this too. See, can I come in? I see Eleanor at the door with a blanket wrapped around her. I nod and she comes to sit by my mate and I on the bed. Sorry, it's just Bentley told me what happened and I didn't want to be alone. She starts rambling and I cut her off. It's fine, Eleanor. Make yourself comfortable, I say to her. Eleanor nods and lies down on the bed beside us. Amelia is still nestled in my chest as I hear her breathing becoming more steady. I'm going to have warriors come and stay with you in Evelyness, from my mind linked to Eleanor. Eleanor links back, motioning to Amelia. A little bruised, but I think more freaked out than anything. I link back. There's no way I can leave Amelia right now. So I'll bring her down with me to the main office and have all the guards meet there instead. Meeting in my office in 10 minutes. I link to all my warriors, along with Jackson. Justin, send 5 warriors to your room and make sure all the girls stay there. I link to Justin as well. Alpha, I am here to escort Helena Zander, one of my warriors, says as he walks into my bedroom. Amelia jumps at his entrance and tenses immediately. I hold her tighter in my chest and kiss her on the cheek, attempting to calm her down. Yes, let's go, I reply gruffly. I scoop Amelia in my arms and follows Anda and Eleanor down to the elevator. They both get off at the floor below me, while I stay on to reach the ground floor. As soon as I get off the elevator, I head straight into my office. Amelia, in Hero K, nothing is going to happen, I whisper to her as I lay her down on my couch in the office. I was having a nightmare, Christian, that I wake up and another wolf is trying to kill me. God, my head hurts, Amelia exclaims as she rubs her forehead. No wonder she's so spooked out. Goddess, will I get my hands on Victor? I'm sorry I've failed you, Leah, I say sadly. My own mate was having a nightmare and I was there for her. My mate almost got killed and I was fucking there for her. You saved me, Christian, she whispers. She reaches her hands up and I pull her into a hug. Luckily her heart rate is finally slowing back down again. I need to get you ice. Do you need anything else? I ask her as I release her and lay her back down on the couch and cover her with a blanket and pillows. Water and mangoes, she replies. I guess she was lying saying she needed mangoes when she was hungover earlier this evening. Can you bring mango please? I mind link Jackson as I reach into my mini fridge and get water and some ice. What? Jackson mind links back. She needs mangoes for her hangover and I don't want to move her around too much, I explain to him through mind link. I'll get her some bread, to Jackson links back. After wrapping the ice, I make my way back to Amelia. It's going to be a bit cold, but it's just to put on your bruise, I explain as I lift her shirt and put on the ice pack. She shivers at first but eventually relaxes again as she gulps down the water. The warriors should be coming in soon to discuss security measures. Rest on the couch, okay? I ask her. She nods and yawns widely. I hear someone call for mangoes, Jackson says as he walks into my office. Amelia perks up and reaches her hands out for the bowl of mangoes which Jackson gives to her straight away. Are you okay, Millie? He asks her more seriously. Yeah, I think I'm just worn out now, she says in mid-chew. Jack nods understanding and takes a seat in the couch beside us. Xavier doesn't want Amelia away from us. And neither do I, so it looks like I'm going to be having this meeting on the couches. Luckily there should be enough room. Amelia finishes half her bowl of mangoes and hands me the bowl. You must be hungry too, she says as she lifts the fork to feed me one. I take the one mango and set the bowl on a nearby table. Amelia takes one last sip of water before lying back down on the couch and on my lap. She woke up and I wasn't even there, I say to Jackson as I stroke my hand through sleeping Amelia's hair. You could have never known, Christian, Jackson replies in return. I only shrug at his comment. Eventually the door opens once again and luckily Amelia doesn't wake up. Justin, Wesley and all the other heads of boarders enter my office. Is Luna and Amelia all right? Jacob, the head warrior of the south border, asks as they all sit on the couches. It seems the stunt at the north border was a distraction for me to leave. 2 rogues broke into our bedroom and tried to kill her, I grit out. They all growl hearing that their Luna's life was threatened. We must discuss how the hell they got so far into the pack. Bentley is out searching for evidence right now. Amelia knocked out one of the rogues so we will be able to question him later. I explained to my warriors. How did Amelia knock out a rogue? Justin asks, stunned at the news. My guess is she threw one of our bedside lamps at it. Although I didn't fully ask her, I explain. My mate is quite the badass. I know tons of female wolves that would love just frozen in place if they woke up to being attacked like that. They got in at the northern border. Must have been while you guys were watching the security footage from before. Therefore now paying attention to what was happening at the present. 2 of our warriors are knocked out nearby, and another to right by the pack house. The wolves must have been good fighters to knock out 4 of our men, Bentley mind links me. As soon as the rogue wakes up he'll be there. Join us when you can, I link back to Bentley. I explain everything Bentley has told me to the warriors and we've decided to double our security lookouts. And assign personal guards to Amelia Sodi as well as add some more guards around the pack house. There was less wolves guarding the northern border at the time because we were all out searching for trails on the flowers, leaving the defense much weaker. Once our new plan was in place, all the warriors left in just Justin and I stayed to discuss more discreet matters. I think we have another traitor among us. How would the rogues know you weren't looking at the actual footage during the time they snuck through? Justin says with concern. The thought has crossed my mind, honestly. Being a traitor to your own pack is the worst thing you can do. I think so too. It has to be someone who works at the northern border, so that narrows down our search to about 70 people. It is not Wesley as part of the inner circle. I explain. As an alpha, I can establish people whom I call my inner circle, where if they were keeping anything from me or disloyal to me, they would lose their lives. It's a private ceremony I did with all my head border warriors and Beta, Delta, Dalmo after I became Alpha, where they pledge their loyalty. You'll go there in 2 days' time. As a random checkup, see if anything is out of the ordinary. Justin suggests, and I nod agreeing to his plan. As of now, we have to keep important information only through mind. Link to be sure, I add. Justin nods to my statement as well. I should get back to the girls. Let me know if you need anything, Justin says as he gets up from the couch. I wave goodbye to him as he exits the door and finally I can focus back on my sleeping mate. I gently brush her golden locks out of her face and trace my fingers along her soft skin. Good morning, she croaks out as she turns to look at me. Did the meeting happen? You slept right through it. We've resolved the issue and it won't be happening again, I reply. Had you slept yet? She asks me as she looks at me more intently. No, I answer softly. Christian, you need to sleep too. Do you have some free time now? She asks as she gets up and yawns. Yeah, but our bedroom isn't exactly available in the moment, Angel, I reply and kiss her on the cheek. You're telling me in this big house there's not one place to sleep? See unwell crash on the couch upstairs, she suggests and gets up from the couch. She winces a little as she puts pressure on her side and I can tell she's trying to cover it. Okay, for a little bit I reply, giving in to the thought of sleeping. We both leave my office and head to the elevator. After a few moments we reach the top floor and head straight towards our couch in the living room. I lie down first, while Amelia closes all the blinds in the living room before coming to lie down beside me. Too bright, she says as she leans into my chest. I chuckle lightly and within a matter of seconds, sleep overcomes the both of us. Amelia POV. My eyes slowly open for the third time today. Luckily I closed all the blinds before napping so my headache doesn't come to me straight away. Remind me to never drink tequila again. That combined with the nightmare and the wolves attacking me. I thought I was back in that cell again. It seems my nightmares go away when I'm with Christian. I still feel Christian's arms wrapped around my legs as head is leaning on my stomach. He must be exhausted if he hasn't slept all night. I begin running my fingers through Christian's hair as I lay there consuming the warmth and tingles I feel when I'm with him. I hear the elevator door ring and Eleanor and Anthony walk out. I look down and luckily Christian is still sleeping peacefully. You're sleeping, I say in a whisper. I have people coming up to clean your room. They should be here soon, Bentley whispers back. Okay, thank you guys, I reply smiling lightly. They both nod and make their way to their living quarters. I spend the next couple of minutes playing in Christian's hair until I hear the elevator door ding again. I'm about to get up to greet the people coming until Bentley comes out of his hallway and walks towards the elevator. I'll take care of it. He needs to sleep, Bentley whispers as the elevator door opens. I mouth a thank you and kindly smile to the workers who walk down a hallway with Bentley. After about an hour of scrolling through Pinterest looking at themes for the Alpha Convention, I feel Christian stir against me. How long have you been awake, he asks gruffly as he turns himself to meet my eyes. Not too long. I've been looking at event ideas anyways, I explain. What time is it? Christian asks. 3 p.m. You slept about for hours, I add. He nods and slowly sits up. I cancelled the pack bonfire tonight, seeing as we're adjusting security. How are you feeling? He asks as he readjusts the blanket on my legs. Better. I still have a headache. Thanks for taking care of me last night. I shouldn't have drank that much, I say shamefully. He must think I need help or something again. I just tried to win the stupid bet and ended up taking it too far. Don't worry about it. My wolf loved taking care of you. Besides, you were quite humorous. He says, chuckling lightly. Oh gosh, what did I do? What did I do? I ask nervously. Nothing major. Talked about me being turned on. Referenced the Titanic in the notebook. Possibly requested at Aunt's party as well, he explains with a smirk. My cheeks heat up in embarrassment, and I try to hide my face in the blanket. Honestly though, don't worry about it. I had forgotten to mention werewolves have a much higher tolerance for alcohol, he adds as he pulls the blanket down and pecks my lips. Did anyone else get hurt? I ask him as I think about how those rogues even got so far in the territory. A few knocked out guards, but nothing serious. Are you hungry? Christian asks in return. I nod eagerly and he chuckles. We both get up from the couch and make our way into the kitchen. All right, Millie, well trained to hours a day. 4 times a week. You need to bring your strength back. Dad says, snickering as we get off the boxing mat. Last night Christian and I stayed in and slept most of the time. Dad had me up at 8 a.m. to be ready to train. And now it's finally 11 and training is over. My body feels a lot stronger, so I'm ready to get back in shape. Yeah, I know I'm out of shape. I say sarcastically as I wipe the sweat off my forehead. Dad had me doing cardio, fighting and weights, so my body is pretty dead. While I grab a bite to eat, Dad asks while he wipes down all the workout equipment we've used. Sure, I just have to shower first, I reply smiling. He nods and I make my way into the shower rooms and jump in. After about 20 minutes I finish my shower, throw on a pair of jeans with a white flowery top and put my damp hair in a high ponytail. I stuff all my gym clothes in my sports bag and walk out to the gym side of the building. You ready, Dad? I ask him when I find him in his office. He nods and gets up from his chair. I follow him out of the building and we jump in his truck. In leaving to get something to eat with my dad, I mind Christian as we pull out of the parking lot. I'm sure he'll be wondering why I've been at the gym for so long. Stay on packed grounds, he replies. It was tough enough convincing Christian I was safe enough to go to training alone, so I won't push it. I know him and his wolf are just worried about my safety considering the incident of yesterday morning. Is the breakfast place good? Dad asks as we approach the shop section of the territory. Yes. RPS, I want crepes, I say excitedly. Dad chuckles as he pulls into the breakfast spot. We jump out of the car and get seated immediately in the restaurant. So how are you and Carrie doing? I ask him as we scan through the menus. We're getting along great, honestly. I made it official about a week ago, he replies. After everything that's happened, it warms my heart that Dad has found someone else he can depend on. That's amazing. Any new clients? I ask in return. There's one that wants me to go to Denmark in 2 weeks. But I'm still thinking about it, he explains. Oh, how I miss traveling. You should bring Carrie, I say excitedly. Welcome, Luna and Amelia. Warrior David, what can I get for you today? The waitress comes by. It's still pretty freaky how everyone addresses me. But Christian said it's a sign of respect, so Ivy decided to go along with it. Hey Caroline, how is school going? I ask her before giving my order. When I met her, she explained she's doing online school to become an engineer, and I thought it was so cool. Very good, Luna. I have my final exam in 2 weeks, she says as her eyes light up, speaking about her passion. I wish you all the best. I reply, smiling. You'll take a latte with a Nutella. Strawberry syrup, I add. Breakfast sandwich and green smoothie for me. Thanks, Dad says. She nods to our request and takes our menus. To fill in our orders, our brunch was really fun, and I had a great time catching up with Dad. When we finished, Dad dropped me off at the pack house and went back to the gym to train more of our warriors. As of right now on my schedule, I have 5 minutes until my meeting with the party planner for the Alpha Convention. I walk over to my downstairs office and prepare some glasses of water and some snacks for the meeting. Christian is swamped with meetings and training the pack today, so we'll only see each other later tonight. Hello, Luna and Amelia. I'm Ophelia, the party planner, a young woman says as she walks through my office door. I get up my chair and shake her hand to greet her. It's so nice to meet you, Ophelia. Thank you for coming, I say, smiling at her. I motion for her to take a seat, while I return back to my office chair. It's an honor to help plan the Alpha Convention. My team is ecstatic, she says enthusiastically. So do you mind giving me more of a breakdown of the events that we will be planning? She asks as she pulls out her binder and a pen. Yes. So everyone will arrive in the evening, and that will be the opening ball. We need to have a dinner portion in the beginning, and I was hoping to get a band for the rest of the night. After that, everyone will retire to their rooms, which I'm hoping to book an entire hotel for their stays. I've been looking at some close to pack lands. In the morning, there will be an open breakfast. And during the day there will be tons of meetings in the main pack office building, so we would need caterers for each meeting. For the second night, I thought it would be cool to do a more casual barbecue and bonfire, with an open bar. For the last day, an open breakfast once more, followed by more meetings and finally a farewell dinner and ball. Everyone will stay in the hotel that night and leave early next morning, I say excitedly as I search through my notes that I've made thus far. Sounds like quite the event. We will definitely be able to plan everything without problem. Now it's more making our schedule and handling all the specific details, she replies as she finishes writing all her new notes down. Let's talk themes for the 2 balls first, she suggests. I was hoping we could do a masquerade for one of them, maybe the opening night. I also wanted to do seafood as one of the dishes for one of the dinners, seeing as we live on the coast, I say excitedly. For the masquerade we can keep it very classy and go filet mignon. Maybe for the second ball we can do a black and white theme and serve the seafood then. As for the barbecue, we'll make sure to have everything from brochettes to ribs to hamburgers, she explains as her hands are writing down every detail. We spend the entire afternoon going through all different options for the events, and overall I am very happy with the choices. I've made sure that every meeting room will be stocked with the necessary beverages and foods, and during the day, found the perfect hotel for everyone to stay at. Planned all the extra events we will be holding and even managed to find some live entertainment for both balls. Overall, I think this will be quite the fun event. I was able to note down everything as well to show Christian to make sure he didn't want to add anything. By the end of our planning, my head definitely starts to hurt. There's just so much to think about. Who knew the colors of napkins were so important? Thank you so much for helping out, Ophelia. They'll be there bring an early every day before the convention to help you guys assemble everything. I say smiling as she gets up to leave my office. It's almost dinner time right now and I'm starved. Of course, Luna, Amelia. I think this will be the best alpha convention yet, she says confidently. I hug her goodbye and she exits the office. I crash on my couch and sigh heavily. What a day. I gather all my folders and notes from today and leave my office, making my way up to the top floor of the pack house. My plan for tonight is to eat an amazing dinner, spend some time with Christian and then sleep like a little baby.